It's a Dane eat Dane world. Can you let me hear you roar?
Thank you, Copenhagen.
Let's get it on.
And before we can even think, we're already off to the first round of the game. Out to the A exec. Plank coming in, Xyp9x does it safely. Refresh takes one off. Clips his wings.
TeSeS coming back around from the ramp. He's gonna find the head of Glaive. It's a good flank. On for the retake. Cadian, another execution. That's lucky out of Palace. It's just gonna be the jungle play. Config caught. But can he fight? Tooth and nail. Down goes Refresh. It's the Complexity duo. Shush on the defuse. And Heroic. They take first blood.
And the quick one from Cadian. Denying the Berserker at the bottom of Connector. That's a pistol round one. But we can see Glaive laser focused because we know what this plant can mean. It'll be competitive in the second. It'll be expensive for the CT side. There'll be a chance here to answer back. Heroic on full alert, Astralis on notice. And the third round near, but before that, into the rifle. Glaive goes down instantly. One of two guns for Astralis on this round. Picked off at the top of mid before the game plan can see its fruition.
Walkouts denied. Shush, oh, nice dink as well. Rock solid defense with the frag going deep and Shush going heavy on the A1S. Blame F. All that remains in mid. Bomb nowhere to be found. Conversion looking, okay.
All right.
Man, I've seen some crazy shots coming out of Blame F and Config. Those types of kills as well. Firing a bullet just as they round the corner, almost weaving them to the heads of their enemies.
In a match that's going to be this close, every little bit of damage matters. Every kill will count. Every frag a dent to the economy and the future of the round, but TeSeS will make sure that Blame doesn't get more. Specializing in his role as the lurker, but showing that he can be dynamic on this version of Astralis, taking on plenty of entry duels. And they've been ambitious in their defaults, using different players as lurkers, different players as clutchers, and being incredibly difficult to read. Cadian swings out with tempo into underpass. He'll be ahead of the movements here as Astralis run above him towards the B site.
It's just a sprint. It's a desperate attempt with so little to work with, but Config cut off. He was the front runner. And a good bit of distance between him and everybody else. Even more distance between Blame F and his team. But that doesn't stop him from finding at least that one out from Palace. It's a player shaved off the A site. Still two for Heroic inside mid. And a Refresh. Well, he thinks about going for the challenge. It's just that one Deagle. We've already seen Blame F pull off a Deagle ace. A second seems impossible. Refresh toying with the peak. The threat's right there, and so he shuts it down, but there is still a trade. The Glocks, well, they do damage, but so does Stown as he comes to the top of middle, wary of the push from underpass. Instead, it's Lucky to find footing on B. However, bomb cut off. That's the awkward spot. And TeSeS with eyes over.
There is a mid round. Look at this overemphasis on mid from Heroic. They will be waiting. TeSeS gonna casually spot the cross. And Xyp9x takes damage. He might not be able to get out. Looks like he does. The plant will go down.
He's got it. That's money. Hell, that's a bit of a win as far as Astralis are concerned. And, well, what if they took it away? That would we talk about for a long time, but it's not going to happen. Stown and Shush, easy pickups on the retake. Heroic, the 3-0 start.
Showing their strongest face right away. Astralis, we know their CT sides can be absolutely deadly, but they need to prove it on both. There will be no easy maps in this series. Nuke coming up next, the one constant for them in the veto. Leaning into Mirage of all maps, a map we never thought we'd see Astralis champion. And now a full-fledged rifle here with Config as the sole and primary op. The answer, though, from Heroic with 2 back.
2 snipes up from Heroic. Quick jump from Cadian and Config, almost able to catch it, but it's Cadian to strike first in the gun round.
And the guard comes down with the first shot going awry.
A 6-1 start from him. Cadian said it himself at the tip of this stage, in the center, in the heart of this crowd. Let's let the counter-strike speak for itself, he said. And so far, Astralis silent.
Never a fun position from the IGL. Glaive from the grave will have to make the calls. Or will he hand over the mid-round to Blame F? A seasoned caller at this point in his career. Still keeping options open. Time on their side, even if there aren't numbers.
Risky exploration. Stound with that second op decides to push into Palace. You'd think that would be his limitation. Instead, he accepts the challenge. Cadian, well, he could get caught by this ramp peak. It's going to come down to a matter of timing. Config looking for this. Oh, but Cadian's got himself a second. Man advantage here for Heroic, not to mention this flank from Stound. If Lucky doesn't fight his way out, then suddenly he's going to get attacked from the back as his teammates need him most. He just gets around the corner. Stound, an attack. And the bomb now dropped, 25 seconds. And this looks like another one from Heroic. Zipix, no, nothing. The offers make a world of difference, and Heroic with a flawless start.
Wonderful movements throughout. Stound taking over Palace control. A call out. Only the Deagle in hand. What a risk to take. But it bore fruit. Made his way around for the flank. Cadian, a huge confidence duel, winning that versus Config, waiting for the pick. Few are faster than the Berserker, but Cadian with the perfect pre-aim proves he can hang.
Did you see it in his eyes? The way he looks over his shoulder, like he knows this is a good start.
Smiles on the faces of Heroic as they kick off this next round with the 2 ops in play. Imbued with the confidence of knowing that they're that much closer to taking a map. That could be pivotal in this series.
Single AK-47 for Blame F. Clearly some limitations, but Astralis to fight regardless. Quick boost, I like the routing. Refresh, look at that! Catching him off guard. Blame walks out from ramp. He wants to find his impacts down. Gonna miss the shot, as we do have Astralis dropped into the A site.
It's been
bomb
compromised.
included. Stound's Deagle starts to sing, using his sidearm of all things. A cover towards the CT spawn. Shush making contact. Blame F, no impact. But Lucky, well, he actually gets the kill beyond. And 2 of Astralis' best clutchers in a 2 versus 3. Now Lucky has his hands on an M4. What a star he's been. They're both just gonna fall back, and Heroic, well, they drop utility on top of this bomb. They're gonna try to cause a little bit of confusion. Cadian takes the front. Lucky, he's swinging out. The defuse at the 3-second mark.
Oh.
Nothing at all.
Enormous impact from Cadian.
Heroic on fire.
11-1. During the online era, Cadian made a name for himself on this very map. In grand finals, more than once. This match is just to get one step closer. Right now, we know Astralis can rely on their riflers, but may need to lean on their opping ability. Config and Glaive have been that for them. Config, no questions. Glaive, slow start, but got there. But Cadian has been there.
A peek from Stown. We saw a very similar play from FaZe to attack this T side of Astralis, to come out from the bottom of Connector and interrupt these middle setups. Astralis, they love to get this portion of the map to start. And this time they are given a bit of room. That one attempt at a peek nets them nothing for Heroic. They sit back.
We've seen some fantastic rounds from Astralis with this amount of control in the past, but this is a level above in terms of competition.
More and more room. They're taking space and
oh, B site is got just Cadian.
It's it. It's a one-man army and a one gun to try and hold. First miss, and there it is. Walks back into the shot of Glaive. Stown will kill that lurk towards mid. BlameF not going to be a part of this post plant. But the best position Astralis have had yet. And sometimes Config goes hard.
They won't even attempt it.
Really?
Walking it back.
Really?
Stown walks underpass. Their goal is to protect all exits and make sure no one from Astralis survive. Astralis have their work cut out for them, even in this situation.
I'll be damned. You know, we've had a lot of conversation lately in terms of saving being more and more prominent within competitive CS, and it felt like LAN, that was sort of slipping away. We've got damage on the exit.
They worked their way out.
Yeah. Fight for the round or not, Config's gonna shut you down. And we've got Astralis on the scoreboard.
That can make a world of difference. Battling your way back. No, Astralis have already shown, or Heroic have already shown us that they're here to play the game, and they are here to deliver for the audience at home. Astralis have given us a taste. 2 in a row would mean the world. Heroic instantly call a timeout. Assess the options. Losing a couple of valuable minds. And the talk goes on.
Man, talk about tense. 5-0 start, 1 kill, save called, immediate timeout.
They have, Cadian put so much stock in himself, playing that B site solo. Again, no support. A huge risk. With this scoreline, you could see why he wanted to try it.
Holy hell.
But he was holding the mantle for that round. And he had to die on that. Will this be Astralis' way back into the game? A new look. No off on CT. A fake presence towards the B site.
He's gonna try it again.
The ops are occupied. One in CT.
Oh!
Shush delivers.
Silences the 2 players to come out Palace. Bomb included. This is no ruse. It's a straight up commit from Astralis. And this lurk around from Config will refresh if he plays it quietly, can catch it. Oh, what?
Are you serious?
All right. He's got a little fight. But Heroic have more ground.
Bomb tuck behind default.
Great boost.
Oh, this boost could mean a lot.
It gets robbed back though, Glaive.
Too aware of the situation. Blame might have one ready for him.
He's right there. BlameF's got it. We're right back into the 3v3. Do those 2 kills from Shush mean anything? Or do Astralis rob the 3v5? Config looks for the other. Diving down. Barely any cover. He takes more damage, and yet he still stands. Great utility coming out from Heroic. And a big wraparound from Glaive, but Cadian's patience. Cadian's cadence. He holds, and Glaive, he falls. BlameF also dead. It's a retake from Heroic.
Oh my god, the reaction to top mid. Insane from Cadian. And Shush, the kills will not be in vain. The 2 in the defense, the call is great from Astralis. No op in CT, and they want to contact up the A ramp. That's an opportunity. What an unbelievable shot from Cadian when they needed it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got someone famous in the crowd.
Yeah.
Say hello to a legend.
Greatness recognizes greatness. And Cadian, yet again, right back at it. Top mid peak, shuts down Astralis. At the minute 40 mark, they fight 4v5. Bomb left very much back. Another one, he's everywhere. And Shush will pay the price. Off of the top of the stairs he falls. Blame F to play. Down at the base of mid. Refresh up above him. Another easy pickup here for Heroic, but another answer perhaps. Don't forget that bomb.
Now they'll agree to go into the mid round and start sussing out their options. Cause Heroic to doubt themselves, look for their gaps, and rotate accordingly. Crossing a minute mark. Lucky's kill makes the round real again. And this rotation is so good from Heroic. Stealing back some information. What will they do?
30 seconds to decide. Starting to get these players off of the B site. It's the apartment's control that gives them just a bit more intuition. Refreshes, peeking from connector could be everything, but we'll see who makes that contact first and who decides to fight. For now, it's Zipic's hands busy. Cover needs to be from Lucky. This would be a massive clutch. 33 health, damage done, but Refresh swings out, and Heroic have tethered yet again.
They can't manage it. The spacing is absolutely perfect. And this round has Cadian's name written all over it.
What a world-class start. 14-2 from Casper Moeller.
The initial pick. Smoking the Molly in window. Or excuse me, interrupting the smoke in window with his Molly, and then making his way over to the B site. Prescient with where the next frag will come.
Oh,
okay.
There it is.
All right. That's a small confidence win back here for Config.
Yeah, small confidence, but big scalp. That's Heroic's Opper.
Oh, it's one of them.
Yeah, fair enough. Stown still within it, playing inside Con. Molotov at his feet, but he holds off. Having seen that contact, he waits for the apartment's player to perhaps come underpass right into his web. But instead, it's Astralis to wrap entirely back around through that spawn and hunt their second round win. Config left to his own devices. Stown's ready for it. And we find ourselves 4v4.
Every contact peek they take, they're getting met with an op.
Utility over the top. Refresh responds. Shush tucks and holds. Damage now being done. He's playing inside the incendiary. Here's the edge for Astralis. 50 seconds. This isn't a desperate one where they need to sprint in, where they have to force the fights. Don't panic.
Establishing flash for flash to be able to scale across the site. Lucky throwing supporting grenades.
And now it's just the guns. All the utilities out. Glaive's gonna try to plant here. Man inside connector. Desperate for the op shot. No contact. Refresh over the top as Tess spams through. What a critical kill to secure. And Astralis, what's their move? Taking Lucky and moving him all the way back around the ramp. Stown's gonna come and clear this jungle eventually. Glaive, he needs to hold some sort of a line. He has to hit a target, but missed shots and 1 HP. Stown down, Blame F in the jungle. Tess Refresh both on site. Trying to get on top of the bomb, but there's no way for it. Astralis, they hold off.
Well, that was quite an orchestra of a round. That was not easy. Heroic put a diamond's worth of pressure on that as they exec, but all the nades were so perfect to compete with everything that Heroic were throwing back at them. And talking about kills in vain, that fantastic shot from Config helps the round forward. Reactions from Blame, a perfect post plant. Tribute to Synthol Arms himself.
As time goes on, we'll find out just how much heavy lifting he truly needs. Excellent grenade, Glaive. And Refresh, he's been this point of contact in the top mid plays. He's got support over top of it. Oh, but Config finds it through smoke. Now suddenly Refresh, not feeling as confident.
Yeah, that's his support. And they stay in it. Cadian comes through to make sure Refresh can survive. He gets away. And now a new attack comes.
But look at this read yet again. Cadian, he seems to get ahead in these moments. His op connects to Xyp9x, still 2 CTs in sight, but FlameF gets beyond. He tries to spray away VTSS, who's just gonna hide in smoke. Lucky trying to find him. There's a man on bench. Blame kills the market. Refresh, your turn to shine. Sjuush is here to help. Glaive's out from the apartments. Op V2 up close. Oh, the no-scope! Sjuush is already out from the market. Glaive is trying to keep his cool.
All about the reads.
Where's he gone? And how do you find him?
Scope flickers.
Sjuush sits back in the corner. Ice in his veins. He waits. Glaive needs to make the play. The bomb is right in front. But what about the round win?
You can feel the circumstances.
When and where?
Oh!
Not there. Sjuush holds. And Sjuush, well, he'll take himself that 8.
Oh my God, just the amount of patience there as Glaive, with the crippling amount of pressure coming in, waits for him to make a move, and Sjuush does not respond. An unbelievable clutch to deny from Glaive. Another rotator. They almost dealt with the extra player stacked up into the site. But because of that extra player, there were so many outs there for Heroic to go wrong and still survive.
Mid control given over. Cadian wary of this. FlameF's gonna have to, oh no. It's actually a move from Cadian. This opens up a little bit of a pocket for FlameF. If he decides he wants to take it, it is there.
Oh, misses the smoke.
He's in between it. And
There's the timing. Oh, Refresh.
Refresh, just a little sharper. And Stound doing a great job of denying any damage as he just uses his own utility to keep himself in this position down underneath the wood with Xyp9x up above him. Oh, but Xyp9x finds it.
Oh, this will unlock the scaling.
Sjuush out in the open, knows that Lucky's towards Tetris. Lucky actually wins that fight. We're back into the even ground, 45 seconds. Cadian wants to peek.
Looking for a pristine post plant, but Cadian has an opening, trying to read
Whoa,
Xyp9x.
jumps, an awkward jump in the middle of it all. Gotta hold your nerve.
Oh, that pushes him back, and now attention towards window.
But it's an MP9, and it's enough. Xyp9x has the cover. It's him and Lucky yet again. Oh, the peek, are you kidding?
Oh.
Xyp9x with the headshot that he needs.
And they move over.
TSS takes the op.
Player on both sides.
How much more can Zip do? Dies. And it falls onto Lucky. But for such a young player, the inexperience doesn't seem to shine through. TSS drops smoke on bomb. Little HP for Heroic. It's gonna be a battle of the nerves. It's a fake tap. It's not the commit. Lucky holds, fires through, and he's gonna get the chance to reload. TSS 2 seconds. There's the first Lucky! 7-7-7!
Clutch after clutch. Lucky puts the world on their feet.
And this is not the first time that we've seen clutches out of him across these last 3 days, Launders.
Imagine a team with 2 Xyp9x. What do you do? It saves their economy and severs Heroics.
That's the opening. Oh. But even big openings can come to a sudden close. That one's gonna send the ripple effect down the spines of Astralis. And now Glaive takes even more damage. Refresh, oh, that would have been a massive frag for him to pick up, but keep your eyes on Cadian. He's grabbed an AK. Refresh, before he falls, transports the weapon his way.
Down a player, total game of timings.
The red-hot in-game leader with the best of weapons for the situation. Config tries to hunt, sees the gun. Sjuush gonna be found out and shut down. But that's not all that's here. Stown also in the jungle. Further damage, and Cadian's just waiting. There it is, his chance to strike. Bomb is dropped inside connector, 40 seconds left. Config wants to fight. Stown's got the backstab.
But he's alone, and he just shot.
But he still has bomb possession. They need to find a way out of this.
35 ticks.
Oh, he's done it!
Doesn't know about Glaive.
One shot!
He'll get the info. Glaive took a shot earlier, kill on him.
The cost is already massive, but the moment's even bigger!
Oh, down!
All the way through for Heroic!
A monstrous play. Not just a hybrid, good with every gun. Miraculous moves with the Deagle. Body shot, shoulder spam, and a complete outplay to top it off. And an unlimited list of 1v3s. Astound joins the ranks. Astralis, after just barely surviving, now into round 13 with a mere 3 rounds in this half.
That was their moment. That was the best chance they had to get momentum on this T side for now. And from here on out, it's the uphill battle. No consecutive round wins from Astralis. 5 of these 9 by way of retake. And a solo AK for Config, armored at the least. Utility sprinkled all around him. But what a tall order.
Tries to dip and dodge and duck as the nades come soaring forward.
Flashes over top, and Shush is gonna play up close. Cadian's able to execute the first one, but Config's already into the kill feed. How many can he take? Cadian on the cusp of 20, eats the flash. That's gonna allow for the pistols to push, but Stown saves the day. He gets executed by Blame, but Cadian trades. A 10th round for Heroic.
It's only 2 frags and they need the rounds. Double digits.
Now he does lose his op. That is one thing. Cadian trying to transport guns back towards the top of connector. He dropped his op in the process. Wasn't able to pick it up at that final second. And it's not as though it's unlimited money here for Heroic, so expect more limitations.
Yes, and they don't even have it going into this round. 2 MP9s.
Look at that.
Famas here for Heroic. An opportunity for Astralis, whether they know it or not.
Actual ramifications. Because Cadian's been swinging that big green like a baseball bat.
They're almost at home plate already. Won't even need a 4th quarter performance at this rate. All eyes on mid.
Oh. Shut down first, trade right there. It's a fight, and Glaive's gonna take it. Still though, Heroic, the threat looms near, and the SMGs, well, it could be good enough because Glaive is walking wounded. Deep nade!
And they squeeze.
But at the same time, Astralis come out onto the A site.
Now Lucky has some space. Zipix and Lucky won this round before.
And again.
But where do they think
and again
it'll be played from?
Lucky's position is fantastic!
Oh! The confidence to not simply crouch spray, believing in his abilities. Just enough bullets, like Salt Bay, sprinkling them on.
But Refresh, currently unknown to Astralis, fights towards ramping, gets it. He could still shut this down. Lucky's got the health advantage, but no helmet. But time is of the essence.
With the lineup.
And Astralis will blow up their bomb for the 4th on this T side.
One more round to go. And although it seems dire, their CT side is something special.
That it is. That's the one thing. We come into these matches, we question their T side, right? This is a new team.
Yes. Config, one of the very best players in the world on this map on the CT side. Astralis showing us life. This buy is mediocre for both teams, just to show you how much of a war it's been.
Potential for the B site. It's been a little bit of time since we've seen Astralis head this way, but sure enough, Heroic are ahead of it. Oh, the flash is not enough. Insta shutdown, config just the one. MAC-10's needed, AK offered over. Flame though still in, refresh, locking it down, double kill to close. Heroic with a substantial 7-round lead, but there were bomb plants, there were chances, and there will be more.